Hey everybody, I am so sorry about that, but the storm completely knocked us out. Again, tonight we were talking about balance, business, and bossing up. I apologize, and also it also did not save all the footage that we just did in the first video. So you are going to actually have you're gonna actually have to go into that little bubble, you know, on your timeline, well, before your timeline, and click on the 24 hours or something like that. But anyway, I think it's your story. You're gonna have to click on your story because once again it did not save the footage from the last video, but it's still available in the 24-hour story underneath your news feed or above your news feed. If you want to go back and relook at the video, you might need to go and share it now, because it's only available for 24 hours. And I do know that particular footage that we captured is and will bless somebody. Ever since we've been doing this kingdom living, guys, I gotta tell y'all, the enemy has been fighting left and right. I know that people are being blessed by the things that these women of God have to say. So we're going to keep pushing forward, and whatever way we have to get these videos out, we're still going to do, and we're still going to make sure that we be obedient to what we have to do. Now that's real bossing up. I can honestly say that. So again, tonight, if you're just tuning in, thank you guys so much for joining Kingdom Living tonight. We're talking about balance, business, and bossing up. The last place we left off, we was talking about allowing people to help you. Sometimes we have all these business ventures and we have things that are going on in our lives, but we don't have enough faith to trust, enough faith in ourselves or God to entrust other people to help us. We feel like if our hands is not in it, it's not going to come out the way that we saw it in our heads. And sometimes that comes out to be true, but you got to know who you're delegating responsibility to. Maybe, just maybe, you might need to check your antenna, your oh my God, what word am I looking for? You need to check and make sure that you on the right frequency with God, and that you're hearing right for who He's telling you to appoint to handle certain things and different business ventures that you have, you know, in your life, especially if it's really for other people to be blessed by it. And I can say I'm guilty in every area, and I have had success in every area as well. So a lot of things just simply come by trial and error. And again, thank you, Tia, for taking the time to join us in the last broadcast talking about balance. I'm going to now see if Shay is available. I have also sent you guys invites for Shay and Tamel because they are a part of our panel. But again, guys, this is for you guys. Put your comments and questions in the down below. We want to answer these questions. We want to talk about it because we don't know everything. We are here to help one another. That's what Kingdom Living is all about. We want to be as transparent as possible to say, hey, I messed up. I didn't get it right in this area, and I'm still struggling in this area. You're either still struggling, you have actually got the victory in some areas, and you have actually failed in some areas. We've been at all these places in our lives, and like Bishop was preaching the other night in our Bible study, and I'm not getting off course, but he said sometimes we're in all these places at the same time. But what we're doing tonight, we want to let you guys know that, you know, we're here, we're available every other Thursday at 7 o'clock. We're going to keep this thing rocking and rolling because somebody is going to be blessed by these broadcasts. And also, okay, I see okay, Kimberly was saying we need help, and sometimes we're scared to ask because it may seem like we are weak or guilty. And yes, Lord, a lot of times we feel like we don't want to ask for help because it is a sign of weakness, but actually it's a sign of strength. When you got the ability and enough oomph in you to say, I can't do this, I don't know what I'm doing, or I messed up, that shows strength because you actually reaching out to say, hey, I didn't get it right. Oh my God, it's starting to lightning like crazy. I'm kind of like my grandma on that. You got to shut everything down, sit down, some wait, and be quiet. That's how we were raised. But anyway, yes, we do need to learn how to reach out and ask people for help sometimes. That's just like when I was starting, when Kingdom Living came to, I say, the chambers of my heart and in my mind, At first I was like, I don't know how we're gonna do this. I don't have a camera crew. Where can we all just get together and get at a round table and have discussions and somebody come and actually film it? But then it came to my heart, and I can honestly say God put it on my heart to utilize technology that you have and start somewhere. You have to have a place to start, you know, somewhere when you're trying to do anything. So again, tonight, if you're just joining, thank you for joining Kingdom Living, where we're talking about having balance in our lives. We're talking about being in business, and we're talking about bossing up and being transparent where our successes are and our failures are. And like Tia was saying, a lot of times it's a control issue. We just want to have complete control and feel like when we don't have control, we're not in control. So, and honestly, you're not when you don't have control. That means God is in control. And we're not trying to be deep. We're just simply saying you have to keep God first. And sometimes our human nature, we get so busy. Like I said, you can have so many balls going at the same time and so many different ventures going that you're so busy, you're going nowhere fast. You need to take the time to master one thing at a time. And you need to take the time to rest. And I was saying in the last broadcast, that I suck. I really suck at balance. And lately I know I've been wearing it. I'm exhausted. I'm tired because I got my hands in it and I was trying to handle things on my own. So let's see if one of our panelists are available. Let's see who is available. Okay, it's trying to add Sharonda in. So I just thank you guys personally for taking the time to entrust, you know, to join us, to say, hey, maybe what y'all having to say is worth listening to, or it is worth listening to. So I greatly appreciate it. I see Kimberly saying also take God out of our pockets. You're absolutely right. You take him out your pocket if you want to, you're gonna find that your pockets is gonna be empty. I'm just trying to tell you right now, you got to keep him first in everything that you do. And you don't got to, but you gonna struggle and find out that you need to, and quickly get him back on board. I can honestly say that. So we just need to grow as women. And on the last broadcast, I didn't get a chance to say this before the storm knocked the phone out. I've been hearing a lot lately, women saying, I don't fool with other women because you can't trust them. Or I don't fool with other women because it always something gossip. That bothers me, because as women of God, we need to learn how to stick together. We shouldn't always be tearing each other down and putting each other down when we feel like we can't even depend on each other. I can't even entrust my dream with you, my vision with you. And I know what the biblical principles are. You can't tell everybody your dream, but sometimes it should be a one good woman or two or three that you can at least entrust in. But the way the world is going and all this competitiveness, it's terrible. It's a shame. So we really need to work on, you know, the way we think about things, and admit, you got to admit to yourself when you got a fault. I am envious. I am jealous of this, that, and the third, and just say where you are so you can be delivered from these things. And once again, that's really real bossing up. Tonight's topic I struggled with, because I was wondering how in the world I'm gonna come on and talk about this with the ladies on the panel tonight, because I struggle a lot with balance. And how can I talk about something that I'm weak in? And then one of the comments came up, you know, it takes strength to say you're weak, so that's how. So what this is we just want to come together, guys, and just talk about these issues that we have. You need to have rest, that it was stated in the last broadcast. You need to have accountability in your life, somebody who can pull your coattail and say, hey, you know, you're going off here, you veering off into some things that maybe you shouldn't. It's a way to say everything in love. I firmly believe that. I live by that. It's a way you say things, and I hadn't always got it right, and sometimes I still don't, but I'm quick to kind of check myself and know maybe I shouldn't have said that, and I'm big enough to call you back and apologize, or however I got to do it to make sure I'm free from a situation. Also, you might be wondering, well, what is bossing up? That's for we were talking about, excuse me, the different women on the panel. They are entrepreneurs, and you know, they have their hands in something all the time. And what does it mean to boss up? It means ownership, simply ownership, and it means I have accountability. I can say that I'm not bigger than the next person. I'm handling my own. I'm handling my business, my home, my career, my family life, and everything is in alignment. It's not perfect, but it's in alignment. That's bossing up. It's not always about, you know, the amount of money per se that you have or that you're generating from the different businesses that you may have. It's simply that it's a success and people are being blessed. And yes, financially, if your business is growing in that way, it is successful. Of course, we know that, but that's not what we're kind of talking about. We're talking about things being in alignment. So I just want to kind of reiterate exactly what that is. And once again, if you hadn't checked out, don't forget to like, tag, and share this video. If you hadn't checked out the last broadcast, stop there. We kind of got thrown off by the storm. So it's in that 24-hour your story, you know, in the top corner above on your timeline. Please go back before it's erased and check out that particular video. For some reason it didn't get posted to my timeline, but we had a lot of feedback and a lot of activity. Right now it's a storm out, so a lot of things that was said that I feel like is going to bless people is on that video as well. And the storm is coming. It done knocked this thing out once or twice before, and I want to make sure that you guys get to see that last video footage, and it's called Balance, Business, and Bossing Up. This one is part 2, kind of piggybacking off of where we were, and I'm still waiting on some of our panel guests to come back on. Like I said, it's a storm out there, so maybe they aren't seeing it. Hey, hi Rashonda. I see my aunt Sandy Winnie is on tonight. Hello, hello. I'm seeing the different comments and stuff on here. It was very small at first, but now I guess my phone is focusing or coming back in. I don't hear the lightning anymore. But I really hate that the last broadcast got messed up. So please make sure you go back and take a look at our last broadcast. It will really bless your soul, I guarantee that. But as I was saying, you need to learn basically balance is also learning how to ask for help, learning how to say I failed, and learning how to say that I have succeeded. So I don't know tonight if we will be able to bring any of our panel guests back or not, because I don't know what's going on in their area. Let me double check and see if one of our panelists is on. Nope, I don't see them on. Okay, here's another question from a viewer. Hey, it's from Erica. She's saying, how do you balance when you're at the forefront of an organization that consumes so much of your time, but you struggle with just walking away, but so many lean on you and feel obligated to keep it going? Yeah, I can honestly answer that from a personal standpoint, and I hope that this blesses you. You can't walk away because you got a love for it, or whomever you have a love for it and you have a passion for it. And if it's burning in you and you feel like this is what you're supposed to do and you're making a difference, I don't care if it's just one person. Keep going. Keep asking God to refuel you and to put in you the unction to keep going. Keep going. Somebody is getting something out of it. I don't care if it's just one of those fellas that you deal with, or however the case may be, or one parent. You don't know who's gleaning from what you're doing. It gets hard sometimes. You feel like giving up. You may feel like walking away, and because of the obligation, you're not there by chance, by happenstance. You're there because you're appointed to be there, and it's somebody who needs you. You might not feel like it. You might feel used. You might feel tired. You might feel unappreciated. It ain't worth it. Nobody says thank you. You don't get it enough. But I can guarantee it's kind of like the 10 lepers. Remember in the Bible when when the scripture was talking about the 10 lepers that were healed by God, but one turned around to say thank you. I'm trying to tell you right now tonight, girl, that one that's gonna turn around and say, thank you, you changed my life. It was many years ago, but I'm a grown man now, but you changed my life. It's worth it. Even if you don't see it, it's something going on in the spirit pertaining to that. So you hold on and you look to God to feed you and strengthen you through it, because sometimes in this world, when you're dealing with people, I don't know what it is, but when you're looking at it in your flesh, you will faint, you will give up. But look at it in the spirit. Just keep going. Don't be weary in well doing. Just keep going. It's a reason and it's a season for this. So don't give up. God will put back in you everything that you're giving out. I promise. And it's going to make such a difference in your life when that one turn around and say thank you. So if God feels like that, then oh my God, you imagine what we deal with and feel. So I encourage you, stay the course. Keep going. It's somebody that needs you. It's somebody that may be feeling like giving up, but they look and saw you showed up when nobody else didn't. You are appreciated. You are loved. And I love you, and you keep going and keep staying the course. And you're there for a reason. So just hang in there. I just wanted to encourage you in that way. So don't forget, guys, please, 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 like, tag, and comment. Don't forget to go back and look at our first broadcast. It's in the little 24-hour bubble. I keep saying it because we have people that just now joining in. Thank you guys for taking the time to tune into Kingdom Living. We're waiting for some of our panel guests to come back on. It's a storm out there, as I stated before, so they may not see it, but please go back and look in that little 24-hour bubble above your timeline or news feed and check out our first broadcast. For some reason it didn't get posted my timeline because the storm knocked my phone out. And as you may know, when we're doing these videos, I will keep repeating things because we have different viewers that are coming in. So please post your comments below, your questions. Tonight is what did we call it? Interactive night, where you, the viewer, we get to have a discussion with you to answer these questions and get to the bottom of some things. And again, welcome guys to Kingdom Living. Tonight's topic is balance, business, and bossing up. So we want to get to the bottom of it. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. But we're here to help one another. And again, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to even admit the first group of people that I appointed to help me in any way, in any of my business ventures, it failed. And I didn't get it right. I didn't pick right. Go back again. Pick again. Ask God to send people in your life that has a heart after Him, that has a heart after yours as well. Because you can't have people on your team that don't have your vision. If it works like that in ministry and in church, then it's going to work the same way like that in your life, in your household, everything. That's why tonight we're talking about alignment. How to stay focused and staying aligned with the things of God as well. We use bossing up these days, as a secular, what you call that? A secular saying, but it works, and everything started in the kingdom first. So we want to just take all these things and utilize it for our good and make it work for us. Don't be afraid to ask, for help when you got all these businesses, or you are the CEO of your company. You have these organizations and stuff like that going on. You got to have help. You got to have balance. You got to have rest. So that's what Tia was talking about in the last broadcast too. Again, she was talking about rest, and I keep recapping because we have people, like I said, that are just tuning in like, what are y'all talking about? But go back and look at that video if you haven't. Like I said, in the little 24-hour thing, because it's going to be gone. It didn't save to my timeline for some reason, but I promise it will bless you on tonight. Hey, Nikki, B, that's my BFF right there. She is watching, and I got to send her a wave. I see my brother-in-law is on. Tony, thank you so much for joining and always being so supportive. He's a silent supporter, but he's a supporter. I know it, and I thank you so much. Okay, and we have another question from one of our viewers, and she's saying, what if you feel like you don't help enough? I feel like you always, if you help, period, that's enough. That's more than enough, because you actually offering your time. or your prayers. It's not always about having your hands in the tangible things you can touch for whoever it is that you're trying to help. Sometimes your prayer can go where you can't go. And whatever you're doing, that's a part of you. That's a part of your worth. So don't ever feel like it's not enough, because you have to be careful with that. You can honestly say, if it's not enough, then it'll make you feel like you're not enough. And what you're doing is not enough. And that's a lie. So the foundation already in your mind built up thinking it's not enough. It's a reflection of your self-worth. If you're not careful, you will think that if that's not enough for somebody else, then I must not be enough, and that's not true. So anything you're doing from your heart, whether it's a seed of $5, whether it's going to pass out plates, whether it's just going to a program to support somebody in ministry, or a business conference, then that's enough. A lot of times lately I've been seeing a lot of these women's conferences coming up to teach you about business. I'm actually encouraging you, step out, venture out into these different things and avenues and take a chance. Some of you have businesses and dreams and goals and visions in your belly, in your mind, and you're afraid to step out and write this thing out and get it going. That's like kingdom living. It was in my head for a long time, and I didn't know how I was going to go about getting all these women together for us to come together and talk about one topic and just be transparent about real life issues without a camera crew. And God just dropped it in my heart. Then use technology, what you already have, Facebook, Be Live TV, as we use sometimes, Zoom, however, but you got to use what you have in your hand. So that's it. You enough. Whatever you doing is enough. And if it ain't enough for whoever you trying to help, then that's not something you should be a part of if it's not appreciative. So I just wanted to make sure I got that out there. Hey Tyrell, hey Elizabeth, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch on tonight about balance, business, and bossing up. Thank you again, Tia, for coming on our last segment talking about balance and rest. Also tonight we were going to talk about diet. It's so important. Now this I suck all the way around because I like my sweets. I don't drink water. I don't drink enough water. Then I'm wondering why I'm sluggish. I'm tired all the time, and I got all this stuff going on. Everything goes hand in hand, and I know we're talking about a lot of stuff tonight, but you got to work with one thing at a time and get this thing right. So you're not going to fix everything at one time. You got to be patient with yourself. Make small goals. Start small goals and then move up. Hang on, guys. Let me see if one of our panel guests is available and is ready to come on camera on tonight. Let's see. It's a bad storm out there, so I'm not seeing any of our panel guests. They were on. Tia was on the last segment. Shay was trying to come on before, but it's a storm out, so everybody's areas are being affected in different ways. Also, we have another question coming in. Let me take that. Yeah, it does get hard. I'm just reading it. She's saying, as you can see on the comment screen, I've relinquished some, but I feel like this organization is my purpose. God placed this in me to make a difference, but it gets hard. If it's too easy, you need to question it as well. And because it's hard, that means it's worth it. That means that's where you're supposed to be. It's not going to be easy. Like I said, it feels like you're not appreciated. You started this and it's your baby. And then it's helping people, but nobody says thank you or I appreciate you, and is what you're feeling. So just as long as God is getting the glory, I feel, and you feel like it's pleasing to him, then he's giving you a round of applause from heaven, a standing ovation from the throne room himself. And if you don't hear nothing else I said tonight, how beautiful is that? That God is actually giving you a standing ovation, E, and telling you, I am so proud of you. Keep on pushing. Keep on going. You're living in your purpose. This is what you're called to do. And I can't say that enough. So just, it's so beautiful to me. It's so beautiful to me. So if nobody else ever says a thing or say thank you, God is giving you a round of applause. I'm talking about the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, your majesty, your highness. We're talking about God himself So keep going. Your reward is in heaven and here. He's going to bless you for being faithful. So keep going, and I pray that, my Lord Jesus, that's all right there now, Lord, that's all right. Ooh, we talking about, girl, we talking about bossing up, balancing business, girl. I'm about to go to church. I'm telling you, that is beautiful. So you just stay focused, stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. If just one that you're helping, I can't say it enough. That's enough, E. Just hang in there. It's hard, but it's worth it. I promise. It's worth it. So I just thank y'all so much for taking the time to come on here and being real about some stuff. And like I said in the last segment, I suck. I don't balance well at all. I got about 20 hats on right now, invisible hats that you can't even see. I got something going on my left, my right, the back, the front, outside, on the patio, everywhere, stuff going on. And that's not always good, because like I said in the last segment, sometimes we can be busy and we can use that as a distraction, because we don't want to deal with the root issue of what's really going on in our lives. But it's going to come a time where that thing going to catch up with you, and you're going to have to face it, and you're going to have to deal with the issue at hand, because if not, it's going to consume you. Don't get too busy going nowhere fast. You need to master one thing at a time. You need to look in the mirror and face whatever it is that you need to face and handle it. Sometimes out of fear, we get paralyzed and we don't do the things that we should do. Or we don't face the issues that we should face because we're afraid, or we're scared to say it out loud, or we're scared we're going to hurt somebody else's feelings, or we're scared to say no when it's required. We just have a spirit of fear. That's what it is. But you got to learn how to come against it and take your life back. Take ownership back of where you are, and don't be afraid to ask for help. All of that is bossing up. Yes, we're talking about business ventures on tonight, but a real boss can say, I'm failing, I'm sinking, I'm not swimming in this, and I need help. You need a crew. You need somebody who got your back. You need to get real people in your life that's going to help you. Find a real ministry to get involved with, or go to somebody who's going to tell you the truth in love. And it's not always that it's a problem, in your life. It may be just something simple as you just need accountability. That's just it. So I can't stress enough about balancing and how to go about picking your business partners if you have one. I see all these people now with these boutiques and making gifts and shirts and all kinds of things. Whatever it is, do you. Don't try to be like nobody else. Do you. That's bossing up too. And it's not always, like I said before, financially. We're talking about bossing up that you got all this money. Bossing up is when everything is in alignment, from your household, your children, your finances. Everything is in alignment. And alignment doesn't mean perfect, but it means that you're living up to the potential that you can live up to. So I just want to make sure that I reiterated that for those of you that are just tuning in. Thank you so much for coming on Kingdom Living tonight. I was trying to give my panel guests a chance to come on, but it is a storm out there, like I said before, and I can't seem to get them on. But you are viewing on tonight. Tonight is just for you guys. Ask questions, like, tag, and share this video. Again, if you missed the first broadcast, you missed fire. Go back in the little circle above your timeline. Click on it and watch it. It's only available for 24 hours. For some reason, the last one didn't post to my timeline. Tia was powerful on that last segment. Our interaction was powerful. So I want you guys to make sure you can get all you can get. These little nuggets and these little things, they really do help us to get from week to week, whether it's Bible study. If it's positive and it's going to help, then why not? That's what I say. So I want to make sure I get a chance to answer some of your questions, put it out there. Learn how to be transparent. Ask for help. Look, this is an opportunity. Don't be shamed. Don't let shame get you where you can't ask for help or say you're struggling. That's what this is about tonight. Just asking questions, letting you, the viewer, just ask whatever you want to ask and being transparent about it. So, hey, Taylor. Hey, that's E's daughter. Hey, Taylor. I just wanted to make sure I sent her a shout out. That's my girl. But yeah, we got so much that we can bring to the table for each other. If I can't do crafts, okay, I don't usually talk about Hello Again, our organization on Kingdom Living, but we're talking about balance and balanced business and bossing up. If we have an event going on, I can't do all of that and be everywhere at one time. And those that are close to my heart and close with me and Hello Again, you know who I'm talking about. Y'all are my strength and to help me get these things out there. Y'all have seen me with my head like, oh God, especially B. And she been beside me like her and Tia. But they know what I'm talking about. I'm like walking around spazzed out, freaking out, calling them each one every 5 minutes. I gotta just frantic because I didn't want to take the time to ask for help to the last minute. Don't do that. You will have a breakdown. You need to utilize your people. If you had enough in you to delegate authority, use it. And I'm talking to myself tonight because I suck at it. I feel like I have to have some kind of control. If it ain't my way, it ain't right. You're not the only one that have ideas. It might be something you didn't think of that they can bring some sauce to the table that you forgot or you didn't even know you needed to make that dish taste better than what you could have did if you did it alone, is my point. So ask for help. Hey, Lisa, make sure you ask for help. I know, B. I know you got me. I know you do. So without them, I couldn't do this. Ain't no way in the world. Our organization has grown so much. I can't be accountable to all those people. I can't. I gotta have some people in place to help carry this vision out. So I say to you, if you have a business, if you have an endeavor that God has given you, a mandate on your life, don't be afraid to ask for help. Make sure you ask for help. Pray and ask God to show you people's heart, who you need to have on your team. I promise He will. And if you keep picking these different people and your adventure endeavor keeps failing, your frequency is off. It's something that's not in alignment, and you got to be big enough and woman enough to say, I'm messing up, God. It's me. I'm attracting this. This is what I'm attracted. So obviously I need to be delivered from something myself. You got to say that. I've been there. I've had to say that. It don't feel good to say I'm a mess. Who want to say that? But like I said, that's real bossing up. When you can look in the mirror and say, I'm a mess. I talk too much. I don't appreciate people the way I should. I don't say I love you enough. I use people. I'm a user. I'm a manipulator. I'm a backstabber. I do all these things. When you can say that to yourself, that's where real deliverance begins. That's where your real healing come in. Because I had to say it a lot of times. You have to learn how to say, God, I'm a liar. I didn't tell the truth about that. I exaggerated. I don't care if you have led somebody to believe something that's not true in your life about you. You lied. Whether you just flat out lied or not, it's still a lie. We always try to dress up and cover up dirty mess all the time. It is what it is. You got, like a young say, you got to call a thing a thing. That is just the truth of the matter. So when you get to that point when you can say, I'm busted, I'm down for the count. This is me, God, and all my mess. Even though you love me, I'm still jacked up. When you can say that and mean it, you're getting somewhere. Now you're bossing up. Now things are going to be in alignment with balance. And then now your business can flourish because you got you out the way. It's no more stopper. It's kind of like when your drains are stopped up in your house or your toilet is stopped up, but you take that plunger and you get that kink out or whatever you take to unclog that pipe or that hose, the water can flow. It's the same in your own life. You got to admit where you are. That's just what it is. You got to admit where you are. Sometimes we try to be our own hero. We put our Supergirl cape on and our Superwoman cape on and come to our own rescue. That's why you're dirt dog tired, because you're going to your own rescue with not enough strength. You done got a hold of some kryptonite. And you need to find a phone booth that represents the altar and pray and get God back in your life and get some strength about you and gird yourself up. Get back to the phone booth. Get back to the word. Get back to your frequency. Tell God, it's me. I took my cape off. I can't fly no more. I need you, God. I need you to be Lord. You have the cape. I can't do it without you. You need his super on your natural to make this happen. That is simply what supernatural is all about, guys. So I just wanted to come on here. I hope somebody was blessed by this. I couldn't get the panelists back on, but maybe it was meant for me to come on and say this myself. I don't know. But however we flow here on Kingdom Living, that's what we do. Don't forget to like, tag, and share this video with other women of God. We need each other. Let's get together. If somebody having a pantry party and you got time, go. If somebody having a conference and it's going to build you up in that moment, ask your girlfriend. You know she messed up too. Ask her. Come on, we need to go, girl. We need to get this thing together. I ain't a good mama today. I done hollered at Vail 20 times. Whatever the case may be, and you know you running out of patience and fumes, you need to get somewhere and build yourself back up. Cut somebody TV on, some preacher, whatever it takes. You need to get involved in your ministry with your leaders and see what you can do to feed yourself. Attend your Bible studies. You need people in your life to keep it real with you. One of my girlfriends had enough to her to say, Dominique, you been to church? You been going to church lately? You been to Bible study? You know, your attitude is funky. You know, you been going to church. You've been doing what you're supposed to do. You that's accountability. I take it for love. Thank you for loving me enough to say you look tired. You look weary. And like I said in the last segment, she knows who she is. She said you look tired because I was wearing it. I'm wearing it because I've been trying to handle too much on my own. So I just wanted to make sure, right, Lisa, you have to take responsibility. And Lisa just sent a shout out about our CCFM conference coming up the end of June. Lisa, put the dates on this screen right now and give these people the information about the CCFM conference at the Civic Center. We have some dynamic, powerful men of God that's going to be in the house. Women of God, Psalmist Bishop Blue is just bringing it to you for free. So please take advantage of these opportunities that's free, where you can go feed yourself and sit down and just eat from a positive, pure table. So Lisa's going to go ahead and, if she's still watching, put the information in the link in one of the comments so you guys can see. Bishop Jakes, TD Jakes, is going to be there that Saturday. It's June the 20th through the 23rd. Thank you, Lisa, for putting the information up there. But please come on out and just sit and eat and get fed. Some of us are simply in the spirit with malnutrition, and the other half of us is on life support. We barely making it. If you take us off that machine, you're going to die spiritually. We need to get right. We need to get right. We need to get right. We can't go to each other's functions because we've been talking about them, and you feel guilty. You can't show up because you ain't been doing right. Just admit where you was. And you might not necessarily have to go to the person, but it's big of you if you can say, look, I was wrong about you, honey. I apologize. I love you with the love of the living God. Please forgive me because you are an anointed woman of God. I was wrong about you. I shouldn't have never put my mouth on you. Come on, somebody. That's what we need to do. You need to go to people. Shame the devil. Get free from this stuff. If you done crossed somebody or you did something wrong, that's balance. That's business. That's bossing up. We don't want to talk about this. We want to talk about how you make more money. How you ain't going to get no more money because you got a kink in your hose because you ain't doing right. Then you're wondering why you're not prospering. Well, we don't want to talk about this stuff right here. We want to talk about the 5 ways to get fast money and put it on the Hyundai Shanana and run around the church 20 times. It don't work like that. You got to be clean. You got to be pure. And I'm talking to myself. I have literally had to say, I was wrong about somebody. I just told my mama, as a matter of fact, and we talking about transparency still. Be quiet. Okay. We're talking about transparency still. I had to tell her I had an issue with if somebody was teaching about the way their tone was. If they sound monotone, even if it was the word, I couldn't get into it because I always get bored. I'm like, who's speaking to that? No, I ain't going to that because I'll be asleep. I ain't going to pay attention. But I can honestly say I've grown because now, even if the tone is not right, it's not about their tone. It's about the word, the potency of the word. So it don't matter the style that is coming in. It's the word that sets you free. You got to be big enough and mature enough to receive the word. But I had an issue. If you sounded a certain way or did a certain thing, it's like I couldn't get with you if you was boring. That's just the way I was. I'm just being honest. And it wasn't that long ago either, but I shocked myself when I sat through a service and the guy was just preaching and he was just, just, and I sat there and I just started listening to what he was saying and not the way he was saying it, and I was blessed by it. So I'm sharing one of my weaknesses that I had, and that, I'm trying to develop with you. I'm being open so you can see I'm not perfect, but I'm striving to be better every day. And we're not talking about perfection here. Nobody's perfect. We're talking about alignment and acknowledging where you are. So that's what we're talking about on tonight. So don't miss out on your blessing because it ain't packaged the way you want it. It ain't came in this big beautiful box with this pretty red bow, and it wasn't gold and all this other blinging lights got to be on it for you to want it or think it's good enough for you. Honey, sometimes your blessing can come in a greasy brown paper bag and it will change your life. Now that is the truth. So don't be too picky. Don't sleep on the brown paper bag with the grease spots because you got this big box over here that glittering and shining and you open it and a penny in it. You gotta get past that. You gonna miss what God got for you because it ain't look like you want it to look. Don't miss your blessing. It's right in front of you. That's balance. That's business. That's bossing up. Be wise in anything that you do. Be wise with it. Pray about it first. Keep God first. Don't try to be perfect because you're going to screw up. Just be what you can be, the best you can be, and acknowledge when you messed up. Get you some accountability. Some friends out there that can help you, who going to tell you the truth and pull your coattail. Get you a good crew. Tell the Lord to send you some good friendships in your life, some accountability people, or send you to a ministry where they got good leadership. Again, come on out to CCFM. Bishop Blue got it lined up for you. He trying to feed you, but he can't make you eat. Come on out and pick up that spoon for yourself and feed yourself so that you can have discernment of these things. So I just wanted to come on here tonight with Kingdom Living to tell you guys thank you. We love you. We'll be on here every other Thursday at 7 o'clock sharp. The enemy has really been fighting this thing, knocking out the videos. I have to start them over, but nevertheless, we're going to push forward and keep on going. Thank you so much, so much. Hey, Alex, my cousin Alex on, Terrell on. Oh, thank you so much. They're my brothers, y'all. I love them to death. I love them dearly. So thank you guys so much for watching. If anybody got a quick question, throw it up right quick. We can go ahead and answer any question before we get off here. Again, if you haven't took the time to go and see the last segment because the storm knocked out my phone, look in that little bubble where it says my story or your story. Find my face. Go back and look at part 1 of this before the storm knocked my phone out. Please like, tag, and share this video with somebody else. This is going to actually get posted to my timeline. I hope I do it right. But please don't forget to like, comment, share, tag somebody, give me some hearts, some thumbs up. This can bless somebody. That's what Kingdom Living is. It's a panel of women where we come together with moms, entrepreneurs, housewives, career women, talking about real life issues, things that going on every day, helping each other, blessing each other, being raw, candid, real, no matter how bad it hurts until we're healed. That's Kingdom Living. So don't forget to tune in, not next Thursday, but the following Thursday. Look for the broadcast. We'll have banners and, advertisement going out for our next broadcast. And the next one, we're going to be talking about mental health and balance. That's what we're going to be talking about, dealing with your mind, renewing your mind, and how to go to counseling if you need to, utilizing these doctors and psychologists that are out there. If you need medication, you got to be wise with stuff. You got to take your meds. You need to go to counseling, whatever. We're going to all talk about that with Gita Barksdale. She's a part of our panel. She is the expert of mental health. That's what she does. So we're going to be talking about mental health and how all of that aligns spiritually and putting God in it, just balancing it all together because it all go hand in hand. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Kingdom Living on tonight. Don't forget to like, tag, and share this video. Go back and check out the first video and the little bubble, the little my story, whatever you call it, find my face. Tia was fire on the last one. And I thank you guys and I love you. Thanks, Shay, for trying. I appreciate it. You and Tamel, the whole panel of Kingdom Living. I love you guys and see you guys in the next broadcast. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.